Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to show you my brand new Pro-Am point guard build. Some comments in the last two videos I guess, have wanted to know what this build looks like, and so I'm going to give it to you right now. Yesterday's gameplay video, played against the 11th ranked team in Pro-Am 5v5. I dropped a smooth 40-10, went off in the second half to come away with the win. Really good gameplay there, and if you're looking just for some laid back chill gameplay, I posted a rec gameplay video of this build as well. Really like this build so far. I really don't think that there's anything wrong with this build. It's a person that has a job. It's a build that has a job. On defense, I play with 4 other guys that are really good on defense. The center's really quick. We play with 2 other lockdowns. In yesterday's gameplay video, we actually had 3 locks along with the center. So, I'm not really doing anything on defense. So I'm getting an understanding of what Pro-Am 5v5 is like. So I'm 6'6", 180 pounds, 6'8" wingspan. With the physicals, I'm going to be an 86 speed, 83 excel, I think a 49 strength, 82 vert, maxed out stamina. I like to upgrade my physicals before we do anything, just so that you can see the badges go up as I, make upgrades to it. And keep in mind too that when you see this build, this isn't something that I would just make for the rec and run by myself. This is a build that I'm getting into gameplay knowing I'm playing with 4 other people, maybe 3 other people. I could run this in 3s as well, I think. I've had great success with this in Pro-Am 3v3, or we're Diamond now. This is just a bucket getter, quite honestly. It's not really anything more to it. So just know that going into this build video, the defense is going to be a bit lackluster and the offense is going to be spectacular. So let's look into the playmaking. I really like the playmaking on this build. You're going to go an 83 speed, 92 ball handle, 83 speed with ball, 92 ball handle, and then 87 pass accuracy eventually. With the ball handle, pretty much just doing that to get the speed boosters. Not really anything other than that to talk about when it comes to my dribbling. But I have the 87 pass so that I can do bailout. I'm a huge advocate for bailout. If you've watched any of my videos before, I have 87 plus pass on just about every single one of my builds, other than maybe my center build. But I mean, bailout is just broken to me. If I don't like a shot at all, I can literally just pass out of it and my teammate's going to catch it every single time for the most part. I will say that 86 pass, I think you get LeBron James pass style, and Tyrese is definitely better, so if you want to make that change somehow, you can. Let's get into the shooting of the build. I've messed around with 96 midi this year, and you get more badges Hall of Fame wise on that kind of build. But for this 92-3, you don't get the same badges as you would if you had a 96 midi with an 85-3, which is what I have on my 6'8" point guard build. And I shoot way better from 3 with this build. I think that is obvious to some, but on 96 midi, you get Hall of Fame catch and shoot, Hall of Fame green machine, and you don't get that on this build. But limitless range on silver is probably the best shooting badge on this build. The only one that's really even worth talking about, to be honest. Everything else is on gold. I know 2K Labs did like a little, study, I guess you can call it, where Deadeye and Blinder's gold is not a huge difference from Hall of Fame. So I think this is a really good sweet spot. 92-3, it's my best shooting build in 2K. I can create shots off the dribble. I can, get it off the catch. I really like this build when it comes to the shooting. And since my midi is a little lower, I have to be able to do something with the finishing. I've rocked out with an 87 layup in my last build. And, for this one, I wanted to be a little bit different. So I'm doing a 94 driving dunk. I will say that the meter dunk is something to get used to. It's not easy, especially if you're trying to catch a body. It's not easy to dunk over people, but it's really easy to, just meter dunk in general with the 94 dunk. With this 94 dunk and 82 vert, you get elite contact dunks off 2. I just recently found out literally this week that the more 2-foot dunks you put on your build, the better contact dunks, or the more often you'll get contact dunks off of 2, which seems like I should have just known that off the rip. But with that being said, 94 dunk is insane. It's expensive, but for this build, I got to be able to score at all levels. The 77 mid is really good too for the Mini Magician Silver. I have good success with that, but for the most part, if I'm not getting my 3, I'm probably getting a dunk. And the same thing goes with the bailout with this offense. If I don't like the dunk I'm getting, I'm going to pass out of it, and my big's probably going to finish it down low. So, you know, 94 dunk is really just broken. All right. So the offense is obviously insane. Not a lot more to work with when it comes to the defense, but we might as well just talk about it just a little bit. Perimeter is going to be a 58 for off-ball pest bronze. As long as you're in position in the corner, you know, in Pro-Am, I don't know how many people play Pro-Am, but in Pro-Am, the corner guys don't do anything. So having that 58 just to bump the ball or bump the cut is really good. And if they do get by me, my interior is not that bad. My interior is about like a 60, I don't know what that is, 65 maybe, 64, 65, yeah. So, you know, not the greatest of interior, but I think it's just fine if someone gets by me. But where this build really comes together on defense, eventually I'm going to put my block at a 71. You know, this is what gives me good contest. Block attribute gives you better closeout animation. So if I want to close out instead of using right stick, I want to use, you know, the block button, Y for me, or triangle if you're on PS5, I'm going to get a better contest. Now, my perimeter is low, so it won't be as high a percentage as it would be if you had anything above a 58 perimeter, but I really do think that this is probably fine. Like I said, this is Pro-Am, 5v5, I have a role on defense, I play with a bunch of other locks, so I really like the way that this is set up. I'm an offensive juggernaut. Like I said before, if you have any interest in making any of these Pro-Am builds, I'm sure I've showed pictures of what the videos look like in the video, but you know, go check those out. I really like this build if you're running with some friends of yours. I guess random bracket's not bad either, but highly recommend making this build if you run with run 3s with people, or you run 5s with other people. And like usual, I really appreciate the support. Drop a like and subscribe to Bobby Bang, baby. Thank you.